I've lived with anxious thoughts my entire life. Starting at a young age, I grew incredibly anxious whenever I was separated from my mother and my family, and this anxiety only grew as I got older. I would feel as though my stomach were tied up in knots, my heart would race, and my breathing would grow shallow. By the time I was in 5th grade, my anxiety was so extensive that my mother decided I needed to see a therapist. At the time, I was hesitant to go because I didn't know anyone else who went to therapy, and I was worried that my going to therapy would further alienate me from my peers, in addition to my anxiety. I quickly came to see that therapy was not an isolating space, but rather the beginning of a still ongoing journey towards improving my mental health. The transition into middle school was very challenging for me, and even the smallest thing, like misplacing my class schedule, was enough to fully provoke my anxiety. Oftentimes, I would feel nauseous as soon as I got to school, and I'd watch the clock count down until the end of the day. With my therapist, we used various methods of cognitive behavioral therapy to help me mitigate those feelings. One key tool I found through therapy was the use of index cards, where I would write on the front side what my current trouble was, what I was thinking that was making me feel anxious, and on the other side, I would write the solution. Towards the end of middle school, I also started seeing a psychiatrist who recommended I start medication. I was relieved to find that after beginning medication, I was better able to manage my anxiety. There's a stigma against using medication for mental health issues, which is only a part of a larger stigma around mental illness. We as a culture need to realize that proper treatment of mental health is just as important as physical wellness. To help reduce the stigma around mental illness, I'm a member of the peer-to-peer program at my school. P2P is a collaboration between the University of Michigan's Depression Center and the local public schools, with the goal of spreading mental health awareness. The campaigns create a platform for open conversation, including space for people to share stories of their mental health journeys. For so much of my life, I felt as though I was the only one struggling with my mental health, but hearing testimonials from other high schoolers and U of M students helped me realize that I wasn't alone. At P2P, we organize speakers, assemblies, and also give out things like stress balls and wristbands that help spread our message. It's one thing to study mental illness in classes or even read about it in books or online, but seeing real people in my life talk about their struggles fully changed my perception of mental illness. As young students, it can be really difficult to know how to get mental health help. It can feel awkward to discuss mental health with your parents, and so many people worry that having mental health struggles will separate them from their friends and peers. But the truth is, having open conversations about mental health brings people together. I feel closer to my parents now that we can discuss how I'm feeling. It's okay to be afraid to start your journey toward better mental health, but once you get past that initial worry, you'll be setting yourself on a path to help yourself and improve your relationship with your friends, family, and everyone else around you. Mental illness is not something that ever fully goes away, and my anxiety will always be there. However, because of the treatment I've sought, combined with the support of my friends and family, I know I'll have the tools I need to manage my anxiety as I move forward with my life.